And welcome back to the Movie Pope podcast. And today we've got another great guest on the show. We've got model and actor Michael Dickerson here, and he is going to chat with us about his work and what it takes to be an actor slash model. You're actually the first guest on the show who's actually both, because most of the people that I've had are either an actor or a model, but never both. So this should be quite interesting. But before we dive in, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with everybody that you know. We are looking to grow our audience, and seriously, I mean, we can do better than where are we? 74 now, 75 ish. I mean, come on, people, we can do a lot better. But let's go ahead and dive in. Michael, how are you doing this Sunday afternoon?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. How you doing today? Thank you for having me.
I was gonna say it's been quite tricky trying to get you on the show because we were supposed to have you on back in February, but something came up. And what's funny was that the day that we had you scheduled to come in, it was actually Super Bowl Sunday, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so it was quite hectic. But we finally got you on, so that's so that's good.
Yeah.
Um, so Michael, you did send me some information about yourself, but for our audience out there, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us about who you are, what you do, and how you got started in your work.
How you doing? My name is Mike the Model. I'm from New York City, but I live out here in Atlanta. I'm a model for black-owned clothing brands, and I'm a up-and-coming actor. So what I do, I buy black-owned clothing and I model in it, and I get it featured in a magazine.
So did you study acting, or did you like take classes? How'd you get started?
No, first I was rapping. I was a rapper, and then
Okay.
a photographer I was cool with. He came to one of my rap shows, and the pictures came out so good. I wanted to do more photo shoots, and one of my friends named Lewis Harris, he said rap always ain't gonna work, so you gotta find out a plan B. So he said you should try modeling. So
Hmm.
every time I see male models, I see models with their shirts off. I'm like, I can't do that. I don't have no muscles and stuff.
Yeah.
But after I seen the pictures from the rap show, I said maybe I should try it. And now I'm 49 photo shoots in. So I love it, and here I am modeling.
Yeah, because the clothes make the man.
Yes.
That's what they always say. So why did so are you still rapping, or did you kind of give that up when you started modeling and acting?
I got 106 songs recorded that I didn't release. So some
Damn.
people was telling me to put out mixtapes because I got so many songs. So I
Hmm.
got so much material. So I'm thinking about just starting 2025, just start putting mixtapes out as like this is what I used to do, but I ain't trying to get paid off it. But yeah, this y'all can listen to what I used to do.
Yeah, yeah,
Still
definitely.
model.
Yeah, definitely send us some links, and I'll put it in the description below. Have you considered collaboration or working with other people? Because I know uh, because in music, a lot of songwriters, they end up not recording the songs they wrote. They kind of give it to other people, and they kind of take over it. It's been like that ever since the music industry began back in the 60s and 50s. Have you thought about doing something like that?
Yeah, I thought about ghostwriting, and like I said, I still got songs with open verses. So I'll see what type of artist an artist is, and I say I got a song I think you'll like, and I'll give it to them and say if you like it, jump on the second song, and
Hmm.
then that becomes a feature. And then yeah, I love to collab with people because their followers could follow me, and my followers will follow them. So it's a
Yeah,
win-win situation.
yeah, because I live in Charlotte, so I'm what, like 3 or 4 hours away from y'all.
Yeah,
So in Atlanta is like quickly becoming like the new music scene in
yeah,
general.
the new
Um,
Hollywood.
yeah, it's turning purple as we say down here. So you originally came from New York. What made you decide that New York wasn't the place to be? You had to go to Atlanta because I mean New York. When everybody thinks about it, that's where everybody goes if they want to get a start. Either in modeling or film or music.
Yes.
Y-
I was born in New York. I've been out there 30 years of my life. But when COVID happened, I had a job. I was modeling in New York, but COVID shut down everything. No stores was open, no barber shops, no grocery stores. I mean, everything was closed.
mhm.
And unemployment was giving us $900 a week. So one of my friends called me and said, Yo, Atlanta's open. You should come down here. I'm thinking the whole world is closed. So I came to Atlanta with one bag of clothes, and I said, "This don't work. I'm going back to New York."
Mhm.
So now, 3 years later, I'm in a 4-bedroom house, and I'm still in Atlanta. So I feel like COVID was a blessing because it wasn't for COVID, I would have never left New York.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, because because over the past 10 to 15 years, we've had a lot of people from from up north move down to move down south, and the big thing that everybody says is everything's just so much cheaper down here compared to New York. Because
Yes.
you said that you were getting what 900. I mean 900 barely covers groceries up in New York, doesn't it? Like
Yes.
how the hell do you survive up there?
Yeah. To survive in New York, if you don't, you got to have a roommate or you got to have 2 jobs. I had 2 jobs. I had one job just to pay my bills and a second job just to have fun with, play money.
Gotcha, gotcha. So is that why you started rapping in the first place, to kind of like create like an additional source of income, or was it just more of a passion project?
Yeah, like another source of income, but at the same time, growing up, my favorite group was Mobb Deep.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, they putting their real life experiences on paper. I can do that because I seen a lot growing up and growing and being in New York. So why not do that? Why not give the world that never been to New York an experience of New York on songs?
Yeah, what's so fascinating is the fact that New York is just this blank palette where you can just like put your experiences on there, because because you can have rappers like yourself or the Beastie Boys or the Ramones or the New York Dolls, and they can all have a distinct sound but all come from the same place. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? A huge Ramones fan, by the way. Just saying,
nice.
love those guys. So you started off in rapping, and then your friend gave you that advice to maybe try your hand in modeling, right?
Yeah.
How long have did you do modeling for?
I've been modeling for now 2 years. I've accomplished 49 photo shoots and I've been featured in 25 magazines.
Oh, nice, nice. I mean, what was that? What was your reaction like when you got on your first magazine cover?
It was like I couldn't believe it was real. Like when I first got a magazine and see me on the cover, I'm like, wow. Because growing up, you see celebrities that you idolize in magazines, and you
Hmm.
think it's so dope. But to see yourself, and then you post on social media, everybody's like, oh my god, you're on the front cover. Wow, it's really amazing, and it's like inspiring. It makes you want to keep going.
Have you like you know you worked with any up and coming fashion designers? Because I know Atlanta's like a pretty big scene when it comes to young designers coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, I worked with a couple designers out here, and I also go to fashion shows to like network, meet people, give out business cards, take pictures with people, and let them know, yo, I'm from New York, but I'm out here in Atlanta. I would love to collaborate with you. So I'm just right now, I'm just getting my feet in the streets and letting everybody know I'm out here. So hopefully I could collab and we could get something done together.
Gotcha, gotcha. Another thing you mentioned too, in the emails, is that you do some acting. How did you get into that?
Acting, I had a coworker I used to work with named George. He from Ohio, Warrior Style Films. He
Hmm.
asked me have I act before, and I was like, nah, I just watching TV shows and movies. So he said, take this script, read it, and I want to shoot you in your first film.
Wait,
So I was like,
so he
okay,
just handed you the script and said just read it?
yes, just
I just,
read it and study it.
I just think it's funny. Like you just had it on hand, like right away, and just gave it to you. You're like, here, read this.
Yeah, cause I never. He said if you could rap, you could act, because acting is reading a script and then redoing it on the camera. So I
Hmm.
was like, okay, I never acted, so let me try this. And then when I did it, it came out so dope. Everybody loved it, and they said, "Mike, keep going. That's crazy. Your first acting role was a lead role."
So what was
So
the sorry? So what was the what was the first movie that you were in, or the first project you were in?
it's called "A Friend of Me" by Warrior Style Films on YouTube.
Okay.
And we try to push it to Hulu or Netflix. I was a jealous boyfriend. So basically, my girlfriend was cheating on me. I shot up the club. I went to jail. She visited me while I was in jail and told me she can't do this no more. So when I came home early from jail, I saw how her boyfriend, he tried to protect her. So I shot him in the stomach, She tried to run and I shot her in the back.
Oh, damn, that's pretty intense, dude. But I mean,
Yeah.
so I mean, because for someone who never, who's never acted before, you would think they'd, probably have you start off with like a small role, but that's a pretty big role to step into for someone who's never done it before. How
Yes.
to, so I'm curious, how did you process it? How did you like get into the zone to try to, feel who this character is and kind of go through the motions of figuring out like why he does what he does?
So basically, like, studying actors like Terrence Howard, Ice Cube, like studying them, Cat Williams, they say mold yourself into the character.
Hmm.
So, however the character is, I try to put myself in that position of what I would do if I was that character. So when he gave me the script and I read it and I seen it was a jealous boyfriend, I just thought to myself, how would I act if I was a jealous boyfriend?
Hmm.
So I put that real life experience into that character, and that's how it came out so amazing.
So how long did it take for you to kind of put yourself in that mindset and kind of mold the character to, or I guess mold yourself to that character? Did it
It
take?
took me it took me like all day, a 1 day of practice, just to sit in the house and just look in the mirror and then read it and then rehearse to myself. Took me a full day to
Did you?
actually like. Mhm.
So did you feel like the character was you, or did you feel like you were becoming the character?
I feel like I'm not a jealous person, but reading the script and see how I was getting cheated on,
Hmm.
it made me feel like, okay, how would I really act like this if I was a jealous boyfriend? So it made me like do something I never did before. So that's what made it like so creative.
Yeah, gotcha. And I know, and I know from speaking with, previous guests and other people, whenever you put yourself in that mindset, sometimes, you kind of, some people they kind of go up to the director and say, maybe change it to this because if I was in this position, I would kind of react that way. Did you offer any input like that to get anything changed, or did you just go with what was on the script?
I went with what was on the script. I did have some inputs. Like as far as my reactions, I was telling the director like I think it'll be more dope and more genuine if we do this.
Hmm.
I think people would take it more serious if we do this. So he respected my input, but at the same time, I respect his creativity and went by the script. So whatever he wanted me to do, I just did it.
So what happened after your first movie? Because once you get bitten by the acting bug, I mean, you kind of have to do more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So after that, I just kept applying, applying, applying. So right now, I've done a lot of extra work. So right now, I'm doing extra work. I'm looking for more roles, more lead roles, even though I'm
Hmm.
a new actor. So I'm letting directors know I'm a new actor. I would love to collaborate with you. If you have open roles, let me know. I'm new, so I'm trying to build my resume, and I would love to be on your project.
Yeah,
So right now, I'm doing a lot of background work.
and I was gonna say because you are living in Atlanta,
Yeah.
so I mean, so I figured it's probably not too difficult to try to like walk into an agency and kind of you know get your foot in.
Yeah.
Have you have you gone through the process of trying to get an agent or anything, or
No,
what's that step been like?
people tell me I meet a lot of actors on set. They say it's best to get an agent and you'll get bigger roles. But people's telling me at the same time you get an agent, they're gonna take 20% out of everything you make.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like I'm just trying to let me see what I can do on my own first. Cause I don't want to pay an agent for something I can do on my own. So I want to, go out and venture on my own. And then if on my own don't work, then I sit down with an agent. Like at least I tried, it didn't work. So now I would like some representation.
So because another thing that's come up, and I interviewed um an actor named Alex a few months ago. It's funny because he started off as a baseball player and then he went into acting, and he's kind of following the same route that you're doing. He's just start off in small projects, but
Yeah.
but some people have said to actors, or new actors, I should say, that maybe you should take a look at maybe getting becoming a member of SAG. Has that ever crossed your mind, or is that something that you may want to do, or you're just not interested?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that in the future. But at the same time, people told me SAG costs $2,000, and before even to become SAG eligible, you got to have 3 speaking roles. So you can't even apply for SAG until you have 3 speaking roles under your belt. So I got one. I got
Yeah.
two more left.
You just got two more. Okay, okay. And I was gonna say too because because again, I mean, as much as I don't like Atlanta, I have to keep saying this. You guys have a lot going on down there,
Yes.
especially especially because I think SCAD isn't far from where you are. You know, Savannah College of Art and Design, and they have a
Yeah.
pretty good film and TV program. Have you reached out to them to kind of you know see if there are any student film projects that might need an actor at all?
Yes. Yes, I reached out to them. I just told them like, spring is coming. Here's my bio. Here's my headshot. Here's my full body. Y'all ever need actors? Here's my email. Here's my phone number. Just hit me up. See, I reached out to them, so I'm just waiting for them to respond, and I'm gonna just keep hitting them up until they respond and see that I'm hungry and I want to progress.
So, what about what about doing it yourself? Because because I remember there's some people who some actors who kind of said maybe I should just write and shoot my own project. Has that ever crossed your mind?
Yeah, of course. I'm working on writing my own movie right now. It's called Devil's no Saiyans Angel or God's no. I'm writing on a movie right now called I forgot the name of it, but I gotta come back to it later. Yeah, but I'm writing on my own script right now.
Gotcha, gotcha. So
Yeah,
yeah, because I was gonna say because I know sometimes people people in that position, if they don't hear from anybody, they just decide, I'll just do it myself and kind of get the ball rolling.
yeah.
Have you talked to anybody else about maybe helping out with this project, or is it just like a real solo project for you at the moment?
Yeah, it's a solo project for me at the moment. It's basically about my life growing up. It's about me and people can relate to it. Like there's like two brothers and sister. It's real dope. One brother sell drugs, one brother go to church, and the
Hmm.
sister's a stripper. So the brother that's going to church is trying to tell the brother to sell drugs and the sister that's stripping there's a better life for them. They don't have to give up their livelihood for money, lose their freedom. So it's called God's Child or Satan's Angel. That's what it's called.
Okay, gotcha.
God's Child, Satan's Angel.
We'll finally get the name out.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, so another thing I was gonna mention too because you, is because when you is that when you go out and you meet all these new people, you kind of I kind of have this need to just like connect to everybody. So if I meet a writer one place, right, and then next week I meet a theater director, I kind of have this need to kind of connect with people. Um, so so I would definitely love to like connect you with some of the people that I've spoken to, and kind of see where that goes. What about what about theater? Have you thought about trying to do something in the theater, like stage acting or anything?
Yeah, I met this one lady in Atlanta said she got a stage play coming up and what I like to just audition. I'm like, yeah, because you never know what doors will open. You never know what opportunity will be for you until you walk through that door. So
Yeah.
maybe if I do theater, it could open my career as an actor more. So I love to meet people, let them know how you doing. This is what I'm doing, what you got going on, and see if it can align what I got going on. They would come together and make something happen.
So have you done the audition yet, or is it just like
No, she said it's not yet. It's coming this spring. But I told
Okay.
her just give me the date and I'll do this audition and we could go from there.
What about going outside of Atlanta? Like have you considered maybe going to like other cities or maybe other states for work?
Yeah, I got calls from Detroit. I got calls from Miami. But me working out here 5 days a week, it's kind of hard to travel out of town and then
Yeah.
go to work at the same time. So I'm trying to work on my job to where I could just probably work part time and do acting part time. So I can go out of town for 2, 3 days, act and then come back to Atlanta. So yeah, I've been hit up by a couple cities outside of Atlanta.
So so you did tell me that there are three things that you really enjoy doing: rapping, modeling, and acting.
Yeah.
What would you say is like I guess the number one passion that you have that you would definitely pursue like further and further out of the three?
I'd say acting because it feels good to like bring a character to life. Like rapping is cool, yeah, you on nice instrumentals and beats. Modeling is cool, yeah, you take pictures. But acting, you could put yourself in another life. So it feels so amazing to be like a doctor or a MNT like worker. Like you could put yourself into a character that
Mhm.
doesn't exist and bring it to life. And I feel like that's so amazing.
Yeah, because it's such a challenging thing to do to kind of like put yourself in someone else's position, and even being someone who's completely different from yourself too.
Yes.
Um, what would what would you say, would be the, I guess, the most ideal or most, interesting role that you could play as an actor if you had a choice?
If I
Like,
had a choice,
yeah, yeah. So let's say, for instance, like some unknown Hollywood, let's say, some famous Hollywood exec comes up to you today and says, "Mike, I've got a bunch, I've got a bunch of these projects, on the slate, right? And I think you'd be great in one of them. Which one of these roles would you consider taking? Like, what would that be?"
I'll probably be like a record label executive, somebody running a record label. I would
Like,
love to do that.
mhm.
Or undercover cop.
Undercover. Okay, gotcha. So kind of like that dark, gritty drama, kind of like Empire, or
Yeah,
yeah,
like Empire. Or then like something on like Law and Order or New York Undercover. Something like, yeah.
or the Wire. Yeah.
Make the wire.
So what would be the so while we're on that line of thinking, which role would you be least interested or unwilling to play?
Um, I probably like a drug addict. I can't see myself like on a wire, actor being strung out on drugs. I don't know how I feel about that. They wanted me to do that.
But you would be okay wearing tights and running around just like shooting beams from your hands, right?
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, so like if Marvel called you up and said, "Hey, we want you to be in the next Marvel movie, but you got to wear these tights and you got to wear this weird mask, and you're running around like pretending to like shoot lasers from your hands," like you'd be down with that, right?
Yeah, I can't lie. Marvel got some dope movies. So if I was
Yeah.
like a superhero, a supervillain in Marvel, I would definitely do that.
I mean, who knows? Maybe someone from Marvel watches this podcast and they're like, "Hey, maybe we should take a look at casting this guy in something." I
Yes,
mean,
yes,
you are in the right city after all. So,
yes, yes.
so um, so another thing that I like to ask people here on the show is, have you encountered anybody who's trying to get their foot in the door, and have you done anything to try to help them, or any advice that you would give them to kind of get to where you are?
Yeah, yeah, because they see me on like shows like BMF season 3, Wildin' Out, Family Feud. So they see me being extras on this, and they ask me, Mike, how can I do that? I just say, just network. Networking is the key to success.
Hmm.
Network. Talk to everybody. When you're in the streets, when you're at work, when you out eating lunch, when you all getting a snack, talk to everybody because you never know who does what. And that one conversation, somebody could say, you know what? I got this going on. They shooting this over here. You should come. So I tell people network, talk to everybody you meet.
So elaborate a little bit. So do you just like randomly start a conversation with someone, or do you notice something about a particular person that just says, "I got to go talk to this person," or do you go to events where there's like a bunch of film and TV people and kind of strike a conversation there? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, I go to events, but even when I'm out and about, like you could feel a person's energy, and you could just look at a person and be like, I know he does something. I know he look like he does film. I know he got to be in the film industry.
Hmm.
And 9 out of 10 times when I walk up to them, like, how you doing? I'll ask you a question. Do you do film? Yes, I do. I knew it because I was looking at you and I'm just feeling your energy. Like, I know he got something to do with film. So it's just like sparking up a conversation and then ask them what they do. What's your
Hmm.
name? Where you from? Oh, this is what I do. This is where I'm from. And then that's how y'all start a conversation and you build a relationship from that.
So how often does that line work? Does it like work all the time, or what?
Not
Nine
all the
times out of
time.
10?
Not all the time, but when I ask people like how you doing, are you into film? Nah, but I do photography. Oh, for real? So let's link up and do a photo shoot. Oh, I don't do film, but I shoot videos. Oh, for real? oh, let's do a video. Like, yeah. So 9, 10 times they are in line with something I got going on, and I try to make that collaborate.
Yeah, and you try to sell yourself too because you definitely
Yes.
want to show yourself as like a pretty good product for whatever they're doing.
Yes.
Um, so so do you have anything going on right now or coming up in the future? Because you did mention that that audition in the spring. What else is going on?
Right now, I'm a record label executive. I was an extra on BMF season 3. It just dropped March 1st. That's out right now on Stars. I'm in 3 episodes of Wild 'N Out. I'm on 2 episodes of Family Feud. So I'm doing a lot of extra work. I'm in 4 films of Tyler Perry as an extra. So I'm just grinding. I'm just grinding, networking. That's it. Grinding and networking.
So would you say that that's a pretty busy schedule, or do you kind of like have a little breathing room in between?
I have a little breathing room in between, but every day I wake up, I try to get another audition booked. So every day I'm on emails, Instagrams, Facebook, talking to directors and try to get an audition every day. Just say, oh, can we set up an audition next week? Oh, when's your next casting call? Okay, I'm coming. So yeah, every day I'm on the internet networking.
So I do want to circle back to that film project that you're working on. I mean, where are you in the process? Like, have you started writing, or is it still like in the development stage?
Yeah, I started writing. I got a couple pages done, but I'm so busy getting my foot in the door with acting and working. But
Mhm.
every day I'm writing something new. Just every day, just on my laptop, on my computer in the house, and just typing, typing, typing. Because the next thing you know, you might turn around, you got 300 pages. You're like,
Yeah.
wow, I can't believe I wrote that much. And boom, you got a whole movie.
Have you have you like spread the word about your project? Maybe see if you can get like someone to help you out with getting the
No,
script written.
no, I wrote the characters, who the characters gonna be.
Oh, okay.
So when the script is done, I could put out a casting call. This the characters, and this is what I want them to look like, or this how I want them to portray. So I'm gonna get the script done first, and then do a casting call for the characters.
Now, would you star in the movie yourself, or would you direct it, or what would that be like?
Yeah, I'll star in the movie. I'll star in the movie. I'll be one of the main actors. But at the same time, I got some dope directors out here in Atlanta. So when
Mhm.
I'm done with the script, I can present them with the script. Like, listen, I want you to direct it. I'll write it. I wrote it. You direct it, and we could just come together and make a dope movie.
Well, so I mean that sounds really really exciting, and I want you to keep me up to date on that because I would
Yeah,
definitely love to have you come back and talk about that project.
yeah.
So Mikey, we're pretty much coming to the end of the episode, but if people want to reach out to you or learn more about you, where can they go?
They go Instagram, Mike the Model 88, MikeThamodel 88, or hashtag Mike the Model, MikeThamodel. Once you hashtag Mike the Model on social media, all my work will pop up. My information, contact information, email, my everything will pop up. They can
Uh,
find me out here in Atlanta. I'm from New York. I'm always in New York, always go back home and go visit.
mhm.
So you will see me out in public. I'll speak to you. We could talk, collaborate, you know.
Yeah, excellent. And I'll put that in the description below. So if you send me the links, I'll definitely do that.
Yes.
But before we sign off, Mikey, I always have to ask my guests this. What's your favorite movie or TV show that you've seen recently that you want to give a shout out to?
My favorite TV show right now is BMF season 3 on Stars. That's my favorite. That TV show is so dope. And my favorite movie right now, I could say, is The Beekeeper. I watched
Oh, the
it.
one Jason Statham, right?
Oh my god, he is such a dope actor. Watching that movie when it first came out, I was like, I gotta go see this again. So I saw it twice. That's my favorite movie out right now, The Beekeeper.
So are you like a huge Jason Statham fan?
Yes, I feel like every movie he play in is great.
I mean the last movie I saw, what was it? I think it was The Wrath of Man. That was that one that Guy Ritchie did. And speaking of which, did you see the trailer for the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare? The one with
Yes.
Henry Cavill? That looks amazing. And we did a trailer reaction for it and that
Yeah.
released last week, and I was like, you know what? if nothing else, I think this would be like one of the funnest movies to watch in 2024.
Yes, yes,
Like it's gonna be it's gonna be really really awesome. Have you seen Dune by the way yet? Or
yes, I did.
you
Yes,
did? Okay.
it's a good movie. Yes,
Yeah. So definitely I definitely have that on my to watch list because I definitely need to go see Dune too. But I have to watch Dune Part 1 first because I didn't see that.
yes,
But yeah, I mean, there's just so much going on, and oof, I mean, it's going to be a pretty good year. But I just
Yeah.
want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch this episode, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.